so today I'm going to document my experience with my string of hearts. Thank you for watching. My name's Deanna and I'm a pretty much newbie but gone hard in my love in plants, and I'm learning from a lot of fellow YouTubers and usually it's successful. So I wanted to share what I've learned on how to propagate my string of hearts, and I want to document it so you all can see if it really works. So my little story on this string of hearts is that I bought it through Etsy during the quarantine time. Maybe I want to say it was April. So I was counting right now the months. It's been 4 months. When I bought it, it was on I want to say 2-inch pot, and it was really small. Maybe I can insert a little clip on how it looked so you guys can compare and see how much it's grown in 4 months. This is my first plant unboxing ever that I had finally received. The first plant that I had ordered through the mail, a string of hearts, came from California. And you guys, I was so excited in this moment. Look at those hearts. Nice and juicy. I got a pretty good deal. This was back in, I believe it was like April, and it was like $12.99 for this 4-inch, and I was like shocked at this moment. As I was pulling out the strands, it was longer than what I expected. And this shipment I also got a string of pearls. These were, I believe, like $6.50, which was, now I think the prices have gone up on all these plants, but they was like $6.50, and I went ahead and got it in that shipment. And by the way, it's still alive. It hasn't grown that much. I'll have to do another video about my string of pearls story. I got 2 in that unboxing. As you guys can see, you're right, very healthy. I'm gonna try to attach where I bought them from Etsy. I'm gonna look it up again, the name, so I can put it in my description. And so I ended up getting 2 of the string of hearts. I was trying to qualify for free shipping, so I went ahead and got 2. And so that you can tell, another 4-inch. And this is like my first hanging plant that I really wanted, or a dangling plant that I really wanted, that I got, because I'm telling you guys, a string of hearts, I mean, how can that not make your heart beat faster? Come on. So pretty. So this was my beginning of my string of hearts. Because I think with plants, one of the things you always want to know is how fast does it grow. So what I did to it is that I did transfer it to a terracotta pot, and I put it here by a window, and I think that's been something I would highly recommend to anybody, is a terracotta pot, because it is like a succulent type of plant, so it doesn't want to stay wet. So this is one of your best bets for it not to stay wet. And this kind of pot, because it's a little more broad and it's not too deep, I think works well with a string of hearts, and it's working well for me. Even though I bought it in a small pot, it's kind of filled in. It just kept on shooting new strings. I actually have never gone back and put another string in there to fill it in. Not for this one. And now, as you can see, 4 months later, it seems like 3 strings are the longest, 3 strings. And so it's getting kind of not very full on the bottom. And then I was noticing that the hearts in the bottom are becoming very, very small. And another thing is that it's flowering. You see this little flower here? And then here it's gonna have some flowers. So from what I see is that if you do prune or cut your string of hearts, and of course use those to propagate, then it should maybe shoot up 2 strings where you cut it. So we're gonna see if that really happens. And so it should also become a fuller plant. So we're gonna try that, and the method that I'm gonna try I saw it from Harley G, another plant YouTuber, and this is what she recommended, is to use spag moss. So I ordered it and I cut this piece. This is how much I cut off of it, and I put it in this Tupperware that she also recommended, and I put water in it. And actually I put water with a little bit of fish fertilizer, very, very light on the fish fertilizer, and it basically soaked it up. And now we're gonna do some cuttings and we're gonna do the butterfly method. I'll show you in a bit how that's done. Okay, got my cutting blades all cleaned up with alcohol. So I'm kind of trying to decide here where to cut. But from the looks of it, to me, I might use this as my level where I want to cut the rest. So let's do this. Let's do this. So we're gonna cut right here. Yikes. And we're gonna cut this one right here. Yikes. Ooh, it's a long one. Cut right there. Giving her a trim. There you go. We're using all of these babies right there. That one I might leave it. I don't know. Here, right there. I know, as much as this hurts, it says that it actually helps. Right here. I did it! I gave her a haircut. Now these babies hopefully will give me a whole new plant. So now we're gonna bring her over here and we're gonna do the butterfly method. So the butterfly method is, you see these two become one little butterfly. So you cut right here and this together here forms the shape of a butterfly. Like this could, the little stick is like the body. These are like the butterfly wings. You basically just stick it here like this. So it's gonna get wet and it should make it want to root itself. So then we go back. Okay, and all this extra stem, you don't need it. So we're gonna cut it off. You just need a little piece like that. Like that. Bring it over here. Like that. And you keep making cuttings. I'm gonna cut a little bit of excess. And then we're gonna get this piece. Not too hard, not too hard. Okay. I have a lot, so this should create a nice full, if this thing gets full of hearts, it's gonna be what? Is this a good 6 inches? String of hearts pot, and then I can transfer it over, but hopefully it will be a success so we can document the rest later on. Some people propagate the strings in water, but the problem is that if I put one string in water, of course it's gonna root right here, but all I'm gonna have is one string. But by dividing up the little hearts, we're gonna, each one of these should start shooting up different vines. So you can have the starter of a nice big plant. A full string of hearts pot. They're so beautiful, aren't they? Look at them. They're like a silvery mint green. There's like, you know, it's just beautiful. I love the string of hearts. It's been so easy to take care of too. We got a little one here. Little ones can make it happen too. Don't underestimate the little ones. So yeah, I totally recommend this for even starter people because you get to see it grow fast. So that's always very rewarding. And I mean, come on, who doesn't like hearts? Look how pretty these are in color, how they've turned purple. Oh, the flower, so pretty. Purple and then minty green in the front. Look at that, look at that. It's beautiful. Here we go. So here you go. The Tupperware is full of hearts, butterfly hearts. And it has the moss underneath. And we'll watch it. If the moss ever dries up, I'm gonna put some more water in it. And I'm interested to see how fast it actually roots. I'm hoping in 4 weeks I'll see something. And what's cool about the Tupperware idea is that you can see the roots on the bottom. So that's always exciting. If this is a success, it's gonna be amazing to have such a nice full head of plant. Okay, I'll let you guys know. Come back at you later. Plant update. So it's November 29th. It's been past 3 months since I did those cuttings that you all saw. And she is long again. There's some little pieces that are not as long because I cut it yesterday right before I did the plant update video, unfortunately. And anyhow, she's grown fast. I felt it was very fast. Now, she did not grow 2 strands from where I did 1 cutting. For example, you can see here where I did 1 cutting. You see the little tip here? And we only got 1 strand. We didn't get 2. I don't think I saw anywhere where I got 2. You see here, that's where I cut it. Got 1 strand. So I don't think the theory that you're gonna get 2 strands where you cut it is always true. Maybe it can happen sometimes, but I don't think it's always true. Not from what I experience here. Now the hearts from where they grew, from the new part that grew, they're not as big and thick as the ones on the top, but I'm expecting it to grow fuller as time goes by. Now I am full of flowers. That's what I have a lot of, is the flowers. I've been having to clean this up often because they fall off, but I'm happy. I think she's happy if she's flowering. So some of the little trimmings that I did from here, I went ahead and cut it the same way, like a little butterfly form, and I actually placed them on the top just to see if they can root. I think they should. That way it can be a little fuller and get more strands coming in. But overall, I am so happy with this plant. I love it. I love it. I recommend it. It has not been very hard to take care of. You can make cuttings and you can give them to friends and they can have a string of the love you have for them. Every time they see a heart, they can see how much you love them. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, so now from the cuttings that I did, this is the propagation right here. So this has been basically now 3 months. This is how much it's grown. After I had it in the Tupperware for about a month and a half, I went ahead and transferred it to the terracotta pot. And I just literally put cacti and succulent soil first, and then I put the moss where the cuttings were at, and I transferred it over. And it's been slow. I would have thought it would have grown faster, honestly, but it's growing and it's starting to now trail, which is cool. I think it's gonna get nicer and nicer from now on, except that we're going to fall, winter, so well, we are in fall, almost December. We'll see how much they grow. It might be slower here in December, but it's done overall very well. So wanted to go ahead and share that with you guys. And also, this is my variegated string of hearts, and I've been like monitoring the progress between one and the other. And from what my observation, the variegated string of hearts is a lot slower in growth than the regular string of hearts. But she's still beautiful. As long as she doesn't die, I'm happy. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll keep on sharing my plant journey and my experiences and what I learned, and you guys share your tips too. One of the questions I had for you guys is the flowers. Do the flowers affect its growth? Like, should I cut them off so I won't waste energy in the flowers and maybe the hearts will get bigger, or maybe it'll grow faster? Or should I leave them on? Does it not affect it? If you guys know that info, please write it down in the comments below. And thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. And I'll leave you with this beautiful waterfall view. Enjoy. Till next time.